Okay, everybody. My name is Joshua, and this is Dark Earth Customs. First and foremost, I seen that there has been an uptick in subscribers on my channel. So first, thank you for that. I have to think that may be due to the Trump rally video that I posted, and people either subscribe to listen to me talk, which is not my best ability, or they subscribe because this is a car channel, or both. So, again, thank you for your subscriptions. To the rest of you that watch these videos that I make, the best thing you can do for me is to do what they've done. Subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I cannot hit that enough. A lot of people watch my channel. I've seen that in the analytics. But a very high percentage of the people that watch my channel aren't subscribed to my channel. So I ask you wholeheartedly to subscribe. The most important thing that helps get my content to you is that it's not how many videos I make, it's not what I talk about, it's you. You share my channel, and because you share my channel, it falls on all of us to make that channel grow. So it takes me to make my videos, and it takes you to watch them, subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications. That is the number one thing for all of us to be happy and watch cool videos. Some of you might think, who is this crazy guy? Well, the only way you're going to find out is to subscribe, because only subscribers that turn on notifications will know when I drop a new video. Otherwise, you have to look for it. But enough of my jaw-jacking for now, anyways. There should be 2 videos left on the Mitsubishi. The first one is happening right now. That is going to be to take all the plastic parts, everything that belongs on the inside, and put it back on the inside. That means the headliner. That means all the plastic trim. That means the seats that are around here. Everything has been cleaned. I wasn't going to torture you through that. I spent hours and hours and hours hand cleaning every part with a toothbrush, my Meguiar's cleaner, which is around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. My Meguiar's cleaner, which is just about empty, and a rag and elbow grease, lots and lots of elbow grease. It was so overwhelming, I wanted to tear what little hair I have on my head out. because of hand scrubbing all the plastic. Make it clean again. But it's done. So this video is going to be wholly about putting the inside of the car together. The next video, and should be the last video on this car, is going to be taking care of the exhaust leak that's under here. It's actually the exhaust leak that's literally right about here under the car is the section of flex pipe. Now, on front wheel drive cars, there's a lot more engine flex this way than there is like this. As such, there's sections of exhaust that use what's called flex pipe, and it's laced and interwoven steel that is kind of flexible. And it rusted out. This is Minnesota. We use salt, and the underside of the vehicle's rust. So in that case, that piece has to be cut out, and I have to put a new one in, whether weld one in or clamp one in. I would prefer to clamp it because I'm not pulling the entire exhaust out, and if you're not pulling the entire exhaust out, welding becomes a complete nightmare because you have to get up and over to weld. The second is the rear brake line on the passenger side is leaking, so I have to make new brake lines. At least for the back of the car, I will inspect everything when I get under there. The rotors and pads are cooked. Now, I haven't decided if I want to pay for it or the buyer can pay for it. I have located a set of 4 rotors and pads from ProStop for $150 for this car. That is phenomenal. If I buy it, it will increase the resale value. If I don't, it's going to lower because the brakes are just absolutely melted. Aside from the rear brakes, the rear brake line, and the exhaust, we also have the wheels that need to be repainted. Now, I'm not going to break out the paint gun and all that jazz. We are going to do a wheel paint by deflating the tires, popping them off the beads, more than likely, and then I need to drop in some new valve stems because they're leaking, and then paint the wheels, because if the tires are off the wheels and pressed in, you can get under there so you can paint properly without taking the tire off. Would it work better off? Yes. Is it a bigger problem? Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the rear spoiler. This car didn't come with a rear spoiler, but it's going to leave with a rear spoiler. This car is a amazing car, but it didn't opt for the rear spoiler, so I'm putting one on. And that also needs to be touched up with paint. So that's what's going to be on video number 2. This is technically part 3, and there will be part 4. So a 4-part series for the Mitsubishi. It is possible I may get under the hood because I have a ground wire issue which needs to be cleaned up, and I have spark plugs which the car doesn't necessarily need them, but I would like to replace them. And the problem is, to get to the back spark plugs on this V6 requires taking the entire top of the engine off, and that's more time and work and money for me Not sure yet. Thinking about it. Letting it stew up in the gray matter for a while to see what happens and pops out. Anyways, with all that blah on the agenda, that's where we are. I know I have, again, jaw-jacked way too long already. You're probably bored and just about to tune out and find another video. But don't turn away just yet. Okay, everybody, so here I am. I am cleaning the leather seats for my Galant, and I want to show you what a before and after shot looks like. So the seat that I'm coming up on is the driver's seat, and that is the before. And you can see it's filthy dirty. And here is the after. This is the passenger seat. Looks absolutely gorgeous, rich, amazing leather. And here's both of them together. So you can see the difference. And there is no lighting change here. There's no highlight on the passenger seat. That is strictly elbow grease and the best seat cleaner that money can buy. And that's from Meguiar's. Now, I'm not sponsored by Meguiar's, nor will I ever be. Is extremely unlikely. But if you want a good cleaner for your leather seats that look like that, and you'd like them to look like that, then I would suggest buying that. Now, I'm actually almost out of that. I cleaned the back seat low, or I should say the back seat bottom, and this one seat. I'm having to use a toothbrush. Basically, I spray the seat down, then I take a toothbrush and I scrub it into the seats because of how dirty they are. Now, your seats might not be this dirty, but it'll still clean up just as well. Anyway, I use a toothbrush to scrub all over the seat to scrub the dirt off. Then I take some blue paper towels and I wipe them down and dry them off, and it dries just like that. So as I work on this car and get it ready for sale, I thought I would show you the seats and how it looks before and after, because all the seats look like the driver's seat, and they're all going to look like that afterwards. I've already taken care of other parts, but you got to see the carpet, and this is what's going in after the dash gets put together. So let me go ahead and finish this. Then we'll get over to the car and we'll start working on the interior. Once the interior is put back together, we can put the seats in and the inside of the car will be done. All that'll be left then is the stuff on the outside, which is the exhaust and the wheels and a couple other little odds and ends. And then it's going to go up for sale. And you know what? If any of you guys are interested, hit me up. But I'm going to be starting it out at $2,500. It KBB's out at $2,500. So that's where I plan to sit. And with such an amazing, beautiful car, I will see no problems with getting rid of that. Especially when you take the time to make your car look spectacular. So I'm done here. Let's go ahead and get over to the car after I finish the driver's seat, and we'll get on with it. Alrighty then. My favorite YouTube viewers. Here we are. inside the car. Gonna make it a star. And gonna show you everything here. So, back seat. Back seat started out as a horrible, horrible nightmare. It had been sitting out of the car in the barn on top of a freezer for 3 years. In that time, every possible dust particle known to man decided to lay on it. But is now in very good shape. So this is cleaned and ready to go. Next, we have the passenger side bottom of the dash cleaned and ready to be installed. Dash bezel cleaned and ready to be installed. Stereo control, heater control bezel cleaned. Console cleaned. Everything's cleaned. Plus, I installed the carpet when you weren't looking. You had turned your back for a second and I thought, yep, it's carpet time. So, there is the pretty brown carpet. Now there's a couple spots on it. It is not stained. It is just some dust and dirt that fell on it. It'll come out right out with a vacuum. Looks really good. Looks really nice. And will look wonderful when it all goes back together here. And that's what we're gonna get done tonight. And we're gonna do it all with a screwdriver. You think it all goes back together with a screwdriver? Or am I going to need some sockets? Well, it looks like I'm probably going to need some sockets too, because I can't use a screwdriver to put the seats in. But as shown in the last video, the dash controls, well, the dash support here is in, screwed down. Amplifier controls, antenna. Then we have down here, this is for the 12-volt power port, that's right here. And then we have the somewhere over the rainbow, wires do hide. Well, that's just not nice. Where are my stereo? Where's my stereo plug? Where are you? Oh, there you are. And my stereo plug, right there. Oh, I suppose I gotta tighten that down too, don't I? I'm not even sure if that's where that goes. But that's where I'm putting it. So, before I grind any of this dirt into the carpet that doesn't belong in it, after just cleaning it out, it looks like maybe I should do a quick suction thing. You know, you just put it on there and it sucks the shite up. Okay, how's about that? Now, there is still an incredible amount of work to do, but most of it should just screw together and snap together and be done. Now that I spent 4 hours cleaning all the plastic. I also got to put the headliner back in. I'm not too keen on that one. I was not able to remove the moonroof slider. Well, moonroof, sunroof, whatever. It's all the same. I wish I knew how to just pop that out, but I can't. I have looked at every option, and the only way to get this sunroof cover out is to take the entire sunroof out of the car, which is absolutely ridiculous. So it's just going to get a bit of lithium grease in the track to allow it to slide better. So now we are on to this mess, and this mess is a mess. It is a very ginormous mess, and it's going to take time to remember how all of this goes together too, because I don't remember. Now, I don't remember if this goes down first or if the other part goes down first. It looks like the screws there. Yeah. Because this emergency brake, I believe, goes on the outside. Like so. Like so. So. Okay, antenna. Power. That goes there. This is the stereo. Oh, whoa, whoa. And it goes. Goes just like that. Except that it's not agreeing with me. It looks like it's lined up there, so that would require just screwing that back in, and screwing that in, and screwing that in. That would secure that downwards. Yeah, because that's in the peg. There's pegs right here on each side of the shifter, and that would be in. The question is well, this mess. And I think if you look at it, that's a sliding surface right there and there. So I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to take a gamble, and I'm going to screw this down first, because I think if I was to try to oh, that needs to be cleaned. I forgot to clean that. Okay, I'll take care of that. If I put that dash section in first, I may not be able to slide this down and under. So I'm gonna take that gamble, and that means I need to remove one screw here, and only one screw on this front part because the other side is actually broken. And you can't put a screw through something that's not there. It doesn't work that way. I mean, you could try putting a screw through something that's not there, but you're gonna be there a while. Okay, so if only I didn't have to work on all these cars. Of course, then I wouldn't have a channel, would I? Then I wouldn't be able to entertain you with my antics. You wouldn't be able to watch and laugh an idiot work on a car. And I'm waiting to put the headliner until last, or at least until I'm ready to put the seats in, then I'll put the headliner in, then the seats. Okay. Now, of course, there it is. Trying to line up and find the holes. And I am sweating like a stuck southern pig in here because of that work light that blazes at half the temperature of the sun. You can probably see the sweat pouring down my face. You might be wondering, Josh, how do you know where everything goes? I don't. But I have a very logical mind and solving puzzles. And it's like working on cars. People say, how do you know to do what you're doing? And I don't have an answer for them. I just know. I'm not trying to sound like arrogant or self-absorbed. I don't know. I know how to do this. I never went to school for cars. I mean, I was around cars my whole life. I've worked on cars since I was a kid. But some people just catch it, and you just know how to do it. I don't understand, I don't know, but that's just how it is. I know how to do it. And when I put parts together, they just go together where they're supposed to go. I've always been that way. It's not only cars. I can build houses, I can build computers, I can if it's something that can be made or built or designed, I seem to have this uncanny knack of knowing how to do it. And I've always been that way. So yeah, I would have no explanation to you as to how I know how to do all this stuff. It comes to me. It's like, here you are. Okay. There's the screw here. I'm not going to do this one just yet, but this goes in here. Just like that. And then the cover goes on top of that. This is an actually really interesting cover, because this armrest that goes like that also folds back for the passengers to have their own places to put pop. So they have their own cup holders when you fold the armrest back. Pretty unique design. Anyways, let's get on to this. Now, this here, I have a feeling this piece is going to be the bane to my existence. I am not going to like this piece. I just know it. And actually, I still have this to put in. Oh yeah, so let's get that in. This is the heater ductwork that goes up in here for the driver's footwell. Alright, so kinda going in a little blind here. Can't really see what I'm doing. There it is. Last piece of ductwork connected. Let's get that screw in. Try not to get my dirty hands and crap all over this. That's not that screw. Okay. Get my dirty hands and crap all over this clean carpet. Let me grab my rag. Okay, now back to the problem at hand. The fact that I can't believe I forgot I need to clean the dash, the door panels, the shifter, the steering wheel, and the emergency brake. But I'm not going to do that in this video or the other video. I'm just going to do it. You guys can see the aftermath of what it's like when it's done. Cleaning stuff on video is not only boring for the person doing it, but it's boring for the people watching it. However, this should be quite amusing, because I have no clue on this one. Well, I mean, I have sort of a clue, but I've already tried to fit this one in, and it is not happy. Oh, I need my 10 millimeter. My 10 millimeter that I left out on my trunk, working on the back of the car. Left it on my trunk and it rained. So my nice clean tool is now rusty. That has to be cleaned also. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm not even sure if I can get a socket in there. I might have to get a wrench. Not even sure if it goes here or not. Yeah, I think this weird electronic box that I just tightened down, I think that is the box that registers the digital key. It was one of those cars, like all the new cars are, where if the key is not near the receiver, the car won't start. So if you try to get in there with a fake key, the receiver can't see that there's a signal and says, no, this is not the key that belongs to this car. And I'm not going to start now. Oh yeah. I don't like this. I am not amused in the least. I don't like this. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to see what's going on over on the passenger side. And I can hear some of you right now saying, just force it. No, you don't force things. Forcing things is how you break things. And when you break things, they don't go back together the way they came apart. Yeah. Oh yeah. I need a screwdriver. I need a screwdriver. Holy Hannah, this light is hot. I am so gonna be throwing this thing away. Yump and Yemeni. I'm gonna buy myself a nice new LED light. One that doesn't melt my face off because it's half the temperature of the sun. Oh, really? Really? That is just not funny. I just had you where you were supposed to go, and now you decide to jump out. Howdy. Nice to see you here. What you doing here? Oh, yeah, there's some more screws that need to come out. Wow. Oh. Yep. There's always one. There's always one. If you ever start working on cars, or you work on cars, you will understand the phrase, there is always one. And that refers to the one screw that you can never either find or you can never get out. And anybody that works on cars will attest to that. There is always one screw, one bolt, one nut, one something. Okay, now are you gonna do it? Now are you gonna go into your home? I think I might have it. I think I might have it. One screw, Two screws, There's number 3. I really hope I'm doing this in order, because I don't want to take it back apart. Well, guys, you ain't gonna believe it, but it's in. Not sure I believe it, but it's in. I'm just unscrewing the screws here for the heater controls. I still have a few other pieces that need to be cleaned, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that too. Of course, again, off camera. Not going to bore you to death or make you watch boring stuff from like cleaning and all that jazz. Now, let's see. What am I getting caught on? That cable is getting caught on the OBD port. So how do I remedy that? I guess I remedied that by going over to the other side to be able to look better. I had a feeling that darn thing was going to be a problem. It must go around it. I bet that's how it goes. In there. Now let's see if it fits. Oh, by George, I got it. Would you looky that? pop that ground, because I think that ground was tied up under here somewhere. And now, well, now it's not tied up under there. Does it fit on that one? Nope. Well, I'll have to figure that out. Stereo harness needs to be plugged in. And I got everything taken care of except for the ground. The ground, the ground. The magical ground. Oh, then we got the connection. Where are you, connection? Hello? Oh, hello? Where are you? Oh, you tried to run away, didn't you? Well, I got you. Those wires, they always try to run away on you. Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick and watch them so they don't do that. Alright, so this has a twin antenna system in it, which I don't understand in the absolute least, but the little antenna isn't used. The big antenna is for aftermarket stereos. So we'll just take this little antenna and stick it back here somewhere, I guess. And there's that. So now we got, that's the wrong side. This is the dash cover that goes over here and just snaps into place. Let's see, screwed down, everything there is screwed down. Well, let me grab you and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so there's one on each side. The other side covers the fuse panel. And so it's got 2 hooks, 3 tabs. And this is pretty standard on most new cars, how they do this. And that's it. That be that. Now let's get back to the other stuff. And this is the driver's side, but I can't put this in yet until I put this in. I'm not going to put this in yet because this is for the stereo and I don't have the stereo installed yet. So I gotta get that installed too. Well, there must be some way to install that stereo that I'm not seeing. See, 5 years. 5 years, people, you forget things. This, however, this can go in. This just goes right here. Slips and snaps right down into this pocket. Oh. Well. There's a place for a ground right there. So we take, and I gotta take care of this now anyway. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna let my stereo system go with this car or not. but I'm going to put the cutoff switch in just in case. And this just unscrews like that. Take that nut off and put it down there. Here's a hole I'm trying to work my way into. But it's not being friendly. It's just not being friendly. Plastic is not that thick, guys. It really isn't. There we go. Alright, switches in. Now, let's do the ground while I'm in here. So, fortunately, that one screw that I said doesn't go anywhere because it's broke. And you can't put something where it's broke. Well, I'm going to put the ground right there. Because the plastic's not there anymore, but hey, this ground wire will go there just fine. Maybe that's where I originally had it. I don't even remember. Man. Come on, man. Okay. Ground wire installed, switch installed. Let's get this installed. I got all this out. I should really run that wire while it's out just in case. I'm that kind of guy. I'm a just in case kind of guy. Because, while you got it out, well, you got the room to do it. You might as well just do it. And so, I forgot to rerun these stereo wires that I have in here. So the best thing to do is to rerun them. RCA cables for an amplifier, switch for an amplifier. I did say this was the beast from the east, and it was. This was the car that made everything. So we're gonna you're just gonna pick up the carpet a click. I'm gonna try to reach down under here and get my arm stuck. Oh! Oh! Oh, oh, oh! I suppose I'm gonna have to vacuum the carpet again anyway. So now, take these cables and we Well, this is not going to be easy. So, we might just have to tuck them up under and in. So, what we'll do is we will drop them out over the carpet. And we will bring them up. Under. And in. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. And then we look for the RCAs that are attached to this set here. Hello, RCAs! Where are you? Here we go. Oh, that's the car amplifier. I need the amp amplifier. Okay, that's right, I'm stupid. Okay, so these are for the car amplifier. This car already has a built-in sound system from Infinity. If you guys remember Infinity sound systems, they were just rocking back in the day. So here's that stuff here, which I will, well, this one gets tucked, this one gets connected there, but actually they both get in there, don't they? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's a wire nut, and there it is. This wire nut connects the blue wire to that switch that I showed you under the dash. So we will connect the two of them. I know a lot of people don't like wire nuts. They say, oh, wire nuts are for the cheapies that don't want to do it the right way. Well, I've been wiring stereos and equipment for 30 years. And I have used wire nuts in all sorts of situations. And if that connection is going to come undone in the future for whatever reason, soldering it makes it permanent. So yeah, I use wire nuts. There. There we go. We are in. Now we take this one, and we're going to go up here and get out of my face bug. There. Perfect. Rock on. Okay, now back to the matter at hand. This goes right here. 2 plugs, 2 outlets, and they just connect right on the back of the outlets. These back in the day were called cigarette lighters, because we all smoked, and that's where your cigarette lighter was. There, that's in. Now this is the little nice trim piece that goes over here, over the shifter, but since the shifter and the emergency brake and it's all filthy dirty, not putting this on yet. But this, which goes over here, we got the fog lights and the power mirrors that plug into there. Yeah, no. Yeah, nope. Okay, so I got one screw that I am missing. So where did it go? Hello? Hello? Well, I guess we will. Oh yeah, where's the hood release? Where did that wander off to? Because the hood release connects down here, and there should be a pull right here, but there's not. Where is the hood release? Oh boy, where did that go off to? There it is, under the carpet. I was wondering what that bulge was. And just snap the plugs right in. And snap the plugs right in. So, any of you guys Harry Potter fans? Because Harry Potter is going to be playing in all the Marcus theaters around the country. Every Harry Potter, 1 through 8, is going to be every weekend starting September 15th. And I want to go. I'm actually going to see Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock's movie. Because Marcus Theater plays just as many old movies as they do new. So if you have a Marcus near you, you can go see old movies. Come on. Hello, where is the hole? Hole, please. Hole, please. And just like that, it was done, except for one screw, that is. One screw that I can't find you. And while we're at it, might as well put the hood release in. Need to find the screw that goes right there. And right there, I'm missing two of them. One there and one there. Okay. Well, yep. If you squint, it's mint. Okay. Now we got the fuse panel cover for this side. And it all looks good and tight in there. And we go a 1 and a 2 and a pop. Okay. Now we put the cup holder in. See, most of this can be done with a Phillips. And just slide that down and in. And now we got ourselves a armrest. An armrest to rest your arm. That is, of course, unless your passengers have pop that they want to set somewhere. And you're like, well, guess what? I have a place right here. And you're like, no you don't. And you're like, yeah, I do. And you're like, where? Where is your pop holder for the back seat passengers? And you're like, wow, look at that. Woo! Bammo! Okay, now we got a dash bezel with a couple of screws. I don't even have a battery for this car. I'm gonna have to put the golf cart battery in here. And then when it sells, I'm gonna have to use the money to buy a new battery for the cart. And I gotta make sure to connect this wire here. For the dimmer control for the dash. You know, I probably should have cleaned the instrument cluster, but well, I didn't. So I will have to clean it after I put this in. Why won't you snap down? You too good for your home? Don't you have a home? What is going on here? There's little catches. There, now they're caught. I thought something smelled weird. And one of the reasons I'm making these extra long videos for this car is because there are so many other things that I want to work on, including, first and foremost, the whole reason for this channel to even exist, the Thunderbird. I made this channel for that car. And look, I haven't made a video since I got the car. How irresponsible is that? So yes, I am trying to hurry and maybe unfortunately make long videos. I mean, of course, I have noticed that Derek, Vice Grip Garage, is making videos that are 2 hours now. And I watch them from beginning to end. And then there's Dylan McCool and Rain Man Ray's Auto Repair and Pole Barn Garage. all good videos, all good channels, and all the ones that inspired me to make this channel for that car that still is sitting. It's gonna be 3 years this November. I am so sorry, everybody. I am so sorry. But we're gonna get it. The problem is, the reason all this is going on is because I have daily drivers. I live out in the sticks, and I need to have reliable cars. I can't sit and wrench on projects if my dailies aren't reliable. Really? This light just tried to melt something else. Oh, this thing is so getting a blast from a pew pew. I'm not kidding. This thing's going bye-bye. It literally tried to melt the door. I just saw smoke coming from the door. Holy crap, it is so hot. Ugh. I'm not happy. That thing is on its way out. Okay, so I need a couple screws. So I'm hoping these don't belong to anybody, because I need to take them for under the dash there. Did I? Yeah, that one's not even up yet either. There's a screw that goes there. Yeah, what is it? Oh, that must be a kick panel. Okay. So we're getting there, guys. But anyways, on to what I was saying. Just kind of rambling as usual. My videos are just, you know, I'm kind of getting videos that are getting a little bit long, and I'm trying to do that and extend my videos so I can get on to the things that need to be done, the things that you guys want to see, because although if I were in your shoes, I'd be interested in what I'm doing. I would be, because I'm just that kind of guy. I like watching all kinds of car videos. I just gorge myself on car videos. But not everybody likes that, unfortunately. And not everybody wants to spend an hour or two watching a video. I do, and I will. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what that's what I'm trying to say, is that I'm trying to speed up the process by making some longer videos that will give me the ability to get to the projects that we all want to see. Really? Let's try a longer one. What is going on down here? Like, seriously. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Okay, everybody, okay. So what we got is a failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach. So you get what we got here today. It looks like I got a footrest. Footrest. And that top one is a nut and the bottom one is a stud. That makes plenty of sense. And that is a 10 mil. So let's get in there and get that taken care of. I don't like that. That needs some lubricant. There is some rust in there. I can feel it. And I am not breaking the bolt for the footrest. No way, sirree, Bob. If it don't work, use lube. Well, that is weird. Okay, well, whatever, I guess. Seems like it's lined up strange, but maybe not. Alright, so again, this is for this area right here. I'm just going to tuck these wires inside because that goes right in there like that. But there's got to be something for that stereo to mount to. So I got to figure that out. Because it's got to mount to something. There, key comes out now. Okay. So, sweet. I guess the next step is the headliner. Let's move you out of the way. Yeah. How do we do this? By George, I think I got it. Okay, everybody, this is called lithium grease. It is a white sticky grease, a grease paste, and it is used in locations such as this track to stay where it's supposed to be and keep things lubricated properly. And that's what I'm going to use here for this moonroof cover for the sunroof. Got to be really careful with this stuff. It's really foamy. So you got to be slow and deliberate where you're spraying, or it's just going to go absolutely everywhere. Like that. Crap. Where'd my rag go? Just like that, it got squeezed out of where it was. Ooh. Why did you tell me? You guys gotta tell me these things that's about to drip on my face. Much better. Still a little tight, but I suppose being in the sunroof, I'd rather have it tight than loose. Okay, so now I pulled all those, remember I pulled all those blocks off of here that was supporting this. So now I'm going to put the headliner up on the passenger side, then up on the driver's side, and then I'm going to take those blocks and make sure I put the right ones in the right place, and the headliner will be up. Now, as for getting the headliner clean, I'm just going to use the vacuum with the brush on it. If there's any light dust or anything on it, that vacuum would just suck it right out. Headliners don't need to be mangled to get them to clean. And in this case, it is exactly the same way. Okay, so I guess I'll just get my feet in here. I didn't want to get my feet in here and get the carpet dirty and have to clean it up, but I'm going to have to clean it up anyway. So, okay. So we got a bunch of these blocks here. These, oh God, they're just covered in dust. These that go up in the corner here, so it looks like I got a number 2 that goes right into that B pillar. They're numbered, so that's good. 3, 4, 5. So you really can't screw these up. 3 goes right here. 1 goes right up here. And then we go with number 4. Goes right there. And we have 1 left, but it's got to be put back together first because it's missing its thingy. And his thingy is still stuck in the car. The question is, the $1 million question, is getting it out. And I think the only way I'm going to get it out is with my puller. Well, I suppose the even better question is, where did it go? It looks like this, except it's bigger and it's made for those. There we go. Got her out. Now we just take and snap it in like that, and then we snap this up like that, and it's up. Okay, so we need to put the visors in and plug them in because they are electric. Step on down to the and
Just shove it up in the hole. Oh, come on. Don't be a brat, please. These have got to be the hardest headrests I have ever, or headrests, why do I keep saying headrests? The hardest visors I've ever had to install. It's like they don't want to line up. Here, get a few threads in at least. Okay, and that one is in. Now we just gotta put the little clip. Break my back doing it. Oh, there it is. It was backwards. I'm so dumb. Don't you dare agree with that. Where, guys, where did I put the, where did I put the thingies? Because I don't see them. Oh, there's one. Okay, so there's that one. So the other one must be on the other side somewhere. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. I'm an idiot. I get it. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, just like that. Okay, everyone, so it's getting on into the evening now, so I have gone ahead and donned a jacket. It's a little brisk here at the moment, surprisingly, but all the parts are clean. I have everything sitting here in a pile where the back seat should be, so we're going to go and get right into it, getting all these trim parts put back in. Alright, so I suppose we got to try and figure out what goes where. This is the piece for right here. But first, we need the B-pillar that goes down here. But even before that, we need the C and B pillar that goes up here first. So this will go up here, the cover then goes over there, seatbelt gets connected, the lower cover goes on, then the other trim pieces goes on. Now let's take a look at what we got going on here. It looks like I got a bunch of these clips still stuck in here. Alright, so I'm going to need a needle nose. Alright, so I got a nice long needle nose here. Hopefully that will do the job to pop all these clips out of here somehow. Okay everybody, so oops, got all these little clips here. I just need to push them back onto the plastic tabs here. Alright, I guess it is a little warm to have a jacket on while you're actually working. Got all the clips that are supposed to be on here in place. Now we're just going to go ahead and get everything set up where it needs to go. And then it will just snap into place. Well, let's go ahead and start right in the back here. There's 3 plastic clips there. There's another one here that's already in the body. And then we got a series of metal clips. And this should be no different other than just sliding this into where it needs to go. Looks like this is going to be a little more difficult than I originally thought. The clips have to be lined up exactly perfect. And just like that, that panel goes in. Now all the rest of the panels have the same or similar setups. Alright, and this little kick panel here goes down and it just locks into here. Alright, now we got this panel here that just snaps in. There we go. It all locks together like puzzle pieces. And if it isn't exactamundo, it doesn't always line up. Looks like this was supposed to go under here. That's what I mean by fitting together tight puzzle pieces. All right. So now I got this little hook here that goes up over here on this side. And again, this hook here was just to hold clothes, like hanging your suit on the way to the office. Okay, let's go ahead and get the seat belts installed here. Now it's funny. Seatbelts actually were not mandatory in Minnesota until, I want to say I was in my 20s, and that was in the 90s. So most of us just drove around without wearing them back in the day. But now I can definitely see their purpose, considering different accidents that I have been in my life. When you're young, you kind of think you're immortal. But that is definitely not the case. Well, darn it. Look at that. The seatbelt head is still dirty. I guess I did miss a few things. Oh well, I'll get it all touched up here once the interior is put back together. Need this little cover here for this. Looks like it just snaps on. Just like so. Okay, so I just need to clean that up a little bit. Well, let's go ahead and get the little bezel here that goes around the shifter. Just like that. I did figure out how all that goes together. Yes, took me a little bit to figure that one out. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get the other side in. Move you guys over here. Okay, let's go ahead and get this sunroof liner, or whatever you want to call it, up. Doesn't really have a front or back, it just goes up and slides into place. Probably would have been easier to do this when the headliner was out, but sometimes you don't think about those things. Okay, let's see if this does it. I realized that this seal here has a flexible metal core, and all I did was I opened up that core so I can get it in between the two pieces, and then it'll just squish down as I squeeze around it. So this should work. So now the trick is to get it up there, at least to start. Well, anyway, you get the drift. I'm gonna have to take some time to work at this. Okay, everyone. That was a nightmare. As I had showed you, I had to open up that metal channel so I could just get it to go around here. Then I had to go literally inch by inch, compressing that channel till it got to where it needed to be, because this channel runs in several different grooves in this track. So as I would go and squeeze and go and squeeze. I'd have to make sure it was level with all the rest of it, and go and squeeze some more until I finished. I think that took me the better part of a half an hour just to do that. So here we are. There's a handful more things to do. Putting in the stereo, putting in the 2 kick panels on the passenger side, putting in the back seat, the light that goes up there, the clips that go in the back to hold up the back side of the headliner, and then just a vacuum and a clean and get the back seat in, to get the front seats in, and it's done. So let's keep going and get this taken care of. Alright, so I got 1 screw to put in down here, put the glove box in, and after that all that's left is put the stereo in the seats and it's done. Alright, glove box. Alright, looks good. Oh yeah, I got the blower motor too. Blower motor, stereo, seats. Okay, actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the blower motor up right now, because this is the whole reason this car was taken apart, was because rodents, mice, disgusting demons from the bowels of hell itself got into the heating system. So before I put the blower motor back in, I'm going to get the front cowl on the outside of the car reinstalled, because that's how they got in, I think. So we're going to wait on the blower motor. So that means the seats and the stereo. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Okay everyone, here we are. We are on the final stretch. We only got a few more things to do in here and it's done. So I'm going to sit with the back seat, then I'm going to move to the stereo, then we're going to move to the front seats, and then we're going to wait on putting the blower motor in until I finish the cowl outside. Then I can assure that things are sealed up. So let's go ahead and get this back seat in and get this car done on the inside. So this car has little latches here under the seat. These latches allow you to unlock
the seat from these tabs to pull it out for more than one reason. Because right here is the fuel pump. So instead of having to drop the tank down, you can just take this plate off here and access the fuel pump this way to change it if you ever need to. So it would seem that Mitsubishi thought of quite a few different things, and the fuel pump being one of them, because we all hate having to do that kind of stuff. Right there is a little bit better light to show you that, but let's go ahead and get this seat down. All this really is making sure these tabs on the back of the seat go under the back seat itself. Make sure you're grabbing your seat belts out. And you know, I think I'm going to move these wires while I'm at it, because I just had them running through here. So it's just as easy as sneaking them under the back seat. Alright. Now back to the matter at hand. Let's get these seatbelt buckles out. Not sure if you heard that click on that side, but that seat is locked down on that side. And there we go. Okay, everybody. So, onto the stereo. I'm going to try to show you what's on the inside, but it's going to be really hard for me to show you everything while I'm working because it's such an enclosed space. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so if you look to the very back of the dash, you'll see a little rubber protrusion sticking this way. And then there's a screw back there also. And then there's these two little hooks on each side there. So if we move out to the stereo here, we see the same on the back of the stereo, a place for a screw, a rubber protrusion, and these little tabs on each side hook into those hooks on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and get this installed, hook up the wiring for the back, and then the radio will be done. Then we just have to do the seats. And then we just have to pull out all this wiring that I tucked in here. We are missing an antenna. Where did the antenna wander off to? There we go. So we got antenna, RCAs, power plug, RCAs,
take that one screw out that's down under here. Sorry guys, I had to go get the actual instruction manual for this book. Alright. Okay, so red is right, white is left, gray is front. Okay, gray is front right. So gray is front right. So into the reds. And then white is front left. Green is rear left. And purple is rear right. So just like that. And we take the antenna. Push the antenna in. Here's the power plug. So we got power, sound, and antenna. Now this is an additional USB jack that they put on older stereos. Isn't needed. I'm just going to tie it up here. Considering the cable got pinched anyway, there's no need for it to be used. And then all we do is we just take and gently and carefully slide the stereo in. Actually, I'm going to wait to push that in until I get the stereo locked where it's supposed to go. And that has to be done by feel. I know I'm close, I can feel it. There we go. Now make sure none of these wires are getting pinched. And then the screw that holds it all together. The joy of stereo installation, guys. I'll tell you, I've done this a long time and it never gets any more fun. Because half the time, you are doing this blind. Alright, now we can just slide this little USB plug back under the stereo since it's not going to be used. We already got one right here and a headset jack, so you don't need all these plugs. Now we just take the cover and the cover just gets snapped in. Just like that. I think it's all the way down. Yep, there we go. Alright. So that's done. Go ahead and put the instructions in the glove box. And then it's time for the seats, and that's done. Okay, everybody, so we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same on the other side. Just get these unscrewed. And remember, guys, we also got plugs. Plugs for the power, plugs for the airbags. And I'll tell you what, guys, power seats, for as nice as they are, boy, are they heavy. Oofta. You will never, ever want to do this again. You guys can probably see better than I can right now, because I can't see nothing. Everything is being done by touch. Oh, come on. There, I got just the tiniest little glimpse. Alright. The front of the seats are on studs. The rear of the seats are on bolts. And I will be surprised Yeah, I thought I might run into that problem. And that problem is not being able to access the bolts. It would seem that I'm going to have power to these seats before I can tighten these bolts down. I think I can get the front ones. So let's check that first. Well, actually I can't even do that because I can't tighten the front ones down if I don't have the rear ones in. So we're going to have to go ahead and get the passenger side seat in. That way I can go get a battery and put power to the car so I can get the seats to move. Well, I should say the driver's seat, because the passenger seat isn't power. But that way I can get the driver's seat to move forward and back so I can bolt it down. And I bet I totally just blocked you guys, didn't I? There we go. Now, you can see about getting these getting this hardware put on. All right. Oops, I forgot to connect the airbag. Oh, well, let's see here. Oh, fortunately, it's right there. All right. I'm not sure I'm as talented as Rain Man Ray. He does this stuff all the time using one hand for plugs. There's the click. And the lock. There we go. That's it, guys. Well, the car has both seats. Needs to be vacuumed out again. But for right now, I need to get power in here. So I need to get my battery. Look at that. Seats move forward and back. Now I can get the bolts that are in the back. Remember, everybody, when I said there was one, there's always one? This is that one. The one bolt that refuses to go back into its home. Finally. Let's go ahead and get the front ones tightened down. There they are. Look at that. There we go. Dome lights are on. Oh, forgot it. Okay. Oh well, I'll get it. Door is on. I don't remember having that much fuel in here, but I do remember filling. So turn that on. Turn the air off. Stereo works.
You owe money?
Yep. Alright, so that works. All the check lights came on. Oh, higher mileage than I thought, 197. Oh well, this is still a $2,500 car all day long. Three-quarters of a tank of gas. Well, that looks like it's enough to put some of my cleaner in. The service engine. Sorry guys, let me turn off this light. I know the glaring is a little weird. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, the light on the right of the service engine, that's due to an O2 sensor because of the exhaust leak. The brake light is, well, the brakes and the door and seatbelt lights, those will go out. So once I fix the brakes and the exhaust leak, there won't be any issues with this car whatsoever. And she's running good. Okay guys, since the car's been sitting, we're going to be putting in a bottle of seafoam injector cleaner. Since the car's got 3/4 of a tank of gas, should be just fine. And I got there's supposed to be a little button right there to keep the flap from hitting. I'll have to get one of those too. Well, that's going to be it for today, guys. I have some little covers that go around the bolts that hold the seats down. I got to put that light up in the ceiling there and give her a vacuum. But she's done. She's done, she's running. And this part of the series is over. Next we're going to get the wheels, the exhaust, the brakes, get that stuff done. I think there was something else too, but I can't remember offhand. I know I got to put the wipers back on. A couple other odds and ends, tightening things up, and then she's going up for sale. And you know, you guys watched me go through this car, and if any of you guys are interested in it, it's here. It's here in my shop, running, good shape. And it'll be even better when I get the exhaust leak done. So for now, remember to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, comment, and do that as many times as you can, because it helps. It really does. It helps me, it helps you, it helps everyone. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Get this episode closed out. Have a good night, everybody. And this is Joshua signing off. Bye-bye.